Hey there, Knuckleheads. Okay, so we took our dough that had been resting. We've cut it into 4 pieces. Now we're just going to take a pinch of flour, sprinkle it on our surface, put a little more on our rolling pin. We're just going to hit it with the rolling pin. All right, Knuckleheads, so we've got our dough rolled out nice and thin. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to try to cut it in squares. I'm going to show you the proper way first, and then we'll experiment with the leftovers. So you want your square about that big. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my filling here. So this is just ground beef and bacon. And I just want to rough chop it. You don't want any big pieces of anything. Okay. So when you got your filling rough chopped, you want to take some water. And you're just going to brush it. You just want to dampen it a little bit because it's been sitting for a while. Stretch it a bit. We're going to add some hamburger and some bacon. We're doing bacon cheeseburger poppers here. Okay, honestly, you can fill it with whatever you want. If you like pizza, a little bit of mozzarella, a little bit of pizza sauce, a little bit of pepperoni. I like my stuff spicy, and we're doing cheeseburgers. So I'm going to add a little bit of the big Dog Smoky Hot Sauce, Tickle My Pickle. Dave, I've said it before, your marketing cracks me up. Okay, and then we're going to add some cheese. I'm using some habanero heat. So that's cheddar, Monterey Jack, mozzarella, and habaneros. And because what's a cheeseburger without actual pickles? And fine chop up a couple pickles. Add that. Now what we're going to do here is kind of a 4-corner fold. Okay, so it's going to end up being like a little envelope. You take your one corner, fold it up to the middle, take the opposite corner, fold that up, take a little bit of water and dampen that down, just kind of glue it. You take your thumb, stuff the end, stretch and fold on that side. Okay, cover the edges. It should, the first fold should already be fairly wet. You shouldn't need to glue that. Right? If it does pull apart a little bit, feel free to take a little bit of water. Just kind of smooth those edges. Take your final corner, you pull it up. Pinch those corners. Then take a little bit of water, just kind of glue it down. And then take that, put that on a plate, fold side down so that it gets the chance to lock in a little bit. The filling, some dill pickle, a little bit of hot sauce. Guys, this particular dill sauce, it's not going to take your face off. It's just a nice. You can buy spicy dills in the grocery store that are probably just as hot as this. I like the flavor on this though. Dave does a great job. Throw some cheese on that. So we took some time. We rolled out our dough. So again, first thing we're going to do is we're going to check our oil temp. Ideally, your oil should read about 375. It's going to drop in temp when you add your food to it. So we're just going to slowly add them in. I'm going to add one of these big guys too. I want to see how that one turns out. Stir them around a little bit. You don't want them to get caught to each other. Okay, so I'm going to pull these ones out and I'm going to let them drain. And then I'm going to do a temp check. So I want to do these at a slightly lower temperature. Alright, there we go. Now we're reading 375, which is where I wanted them to be. I'm just going to lay them in. Don't overcrowd them either. Now, I don't know if you can see the back of my stove. I've got this temp set really low. Okay, you don't have to crank it all the way up to high in order to get your oil hot. We're not boiling the oil. Try to roll them around if you can. You kind of want to get all sides brown, but you're not necessarily going to succeed with that. As you can see, these got some air in them and they tend to expand. And we're going to drop our last batch in at a slightly lower temp again, because every time we put the food in, the temperature goes down. Your ideal cooking temp in hot oil should be between about 325 and about 350. And cook them till they float, or until they're golden brown, because sometimes they start floating right at the beginning. All right, Canuckleheads, so we're done frying. You can see what I was talking about when it comes to temperature. Right, so we dropped these guys in a little bit hot. They were 400. I was hoping it was going to drop. These guys here, they were right where I wanted them to be, about 375. And these ones are a little pale, but that would have been probably about 350 and dropping. So you can see the difference. Okay, 350 to 375 is where you'd really like to have your temp. Spend the money on and when I say spend the money, I'm talking maybe $15 on a thermometer. So we're going to give this a taste test, and then we're going to try it with our cane sauce, or raisin cane sauce. Spicy dill pickle cheeseburger wraps. Great party idea. Or, for the college and university students, dinner. Takes a little bit of prep with the dough and everything like that, but it's pretty easy, it's pretty fun. Impress your friends. That is awesome with the raisin cane sauce. I'm so impressed with that. Okay, guys, so I taught you how to make cheeseburger poppers. I did try these in the air fryer. Not everybody's going to want to deep fry in oil. Among other things, unless you've got good ventilation, your house is going to smell like deep frying for weeks. They weren't as crispy in the air fryer. Okay, they came out pretty well, but they're still tasty. There is something about deep frying, obviously, that crisps everything up. I did not try these in the oven, but I suspect maybe the oven would be a way to go with it. I'm going to say probably 350 for about 15 minutes. Flip about halfway through. That's just a guess. So keep an eye on it, but that's a guess. All right, Canucklekids. I'm going to sign off on this one. Thanks for joining. Be good to each other. We'll see you again soon.